Yeah, I shaved. Relax. It's really me. It's not a stunt double. Same idiot. Same channel. All that good stuff. So who we all gotten here? Thanks to Buff, I haven't even had a chance to go pee. So I may have to, do the trucker thing and grab a bottle, just throw it out in the yard like most truckers do, just throw it wherever the hell I want. Oh, got dudes with wrenches in here. There's Buff. Hey, Chucky. Damn boy. Vex. How do you say that? Veckrixed? Am I right? Veckrixed. No. There's Barrows. Jared Cooper, Halfwit. What's up, Scotty? All kinds of people in here. Oh, yeah, you want Irish back. I hear you. I actually have a special guest with me today. He decided he wanted to come in with us. So, welcome the king. It's Dalton, the king.
How you doing?
Drinking his Mexican brew.
Yeah, Modelo. Yeah, I'll probably, I can stick around here for a little bit.
Yeah.
I should be editing the video that I have in the background, but I'm kind of tired of doing that. So
I did that. I did that until 1 o'clock in the morning last night. Oh my God, my own kid became a member. Well, that's just amazing.
You paying for that?
No.
Okay, good.
I let him drive a car. He's got my GT350 Mustang, my 20th anniversary car that's worth more than every car that I have. He drives it daily.
There you go.
Yeah, but that's a car I really don't put on here. That's kind of like our car. We just kind of toy with it.
So. Yeah. Hey, Frank's in here. I haven't seen him around for a while.
Where's that?
Oh, Frank Picard. Yeah, he made the father-son holy goat design, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, that's awesome.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I see a lot of people on here. I mean, Pure Pontiac. Cement Surfer. So these guys wouldn't know it. I was just talking to you about it. I am going to make a video whenever I go get it, but the infamous unbuildable transmission is the bulletproof, we'll call it, is done. It's ready to come home to its rightful place.
Yeah.
You've got to find a way to get it there. When's the best time, especially, preferably warm.
Yeah, warm would be good because my shop is occupied. And so, we want something warm and, so we can install that thing in there and make sure it works correctly, of course,
Yeah.
That'll be good to do, though. Put the numbers matching trans back in the goat. We can't wait for that.
Hopefully it, I don't know. I think it'll be fine. It was mainly the mating surfaces are what he was worried about. And they were fine. Other than that, she's got new guts. So do some proper burnouts, huh? Yeah. I think there's a few burnouts.
So what I was kind of thinking is, the guy who said it couldn't be fixed and almost threw it away with his trash. I know where he lives, so I kind of figured, might just go lay a city block of rubber in front of his house in the car with the transmission. It's not too far from me, so that might be fun.
Yeah, that actually sounds like that's something I would do.
Yeah.
That's, I tell people how I got the name for my channel is because everybody said I was an outlaw garage, because not just because of me doing that, I would find ways to get like the goat's transmission. I know a guy, I'll get it done. That's the way my dad was. And boy, did that piss off the shops. That pissed them off because they were wanting them to buy, say, a new engine. They wanted them to buy a Jasper engine, not rebuild it. They wanted them to buy, because they just got a kickback off of whole engine. It costs more, takes more time to build the whole motor or the whole transmission. So they's probably like, nah, we'll just sell you this TH400,
Yeah.
for $3,500, and we'll just throw that one in the trash.
Yep.
It,
He's just lazy. Just lazy. Didn't want to put the work into it. Didn't understand the significance of it. So, not that it should matter anyway. I mean, it's just a transmission. Just rebuild it. But
I could see where somebody wouldn't think of it that way, but to you or me or probably most people in the chat or on your channel, they would say, but you don't understand, that thing's been through floods. It was in the bottom of a car that should not be on the road. It should, that's one more thing about the car that, that's
yeah.
there now.
Oh, yeah.
And sooner or later, if the motor gets done, that thing's right back to, the way it should be.
Yeah, damn near. I mean, then the numbers matching drivetrains back in the car. And that would be huge. So we will trans first, then we'll do the expensive one.
So I happen to I found a guy. So
oh God,
I know I can get things acid tanked, hot tanked, all that crap.
Okay.
Right here down the road from me. If somebody out there can't do it, and then I have a guy south of me that's been doing exactly what that motor needs for the last 40 years.
Yeah.
And I haven't talked to him about it yet, because the first thing I do, it's like I told with my friend Tony, I told him the significance of the transmission and what was going on with it. And he said, bring it here. And you saw the video. That's literally how fast it happened.
Yeah.
Boom, 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 boom. It's fine. And I'm hoping you get the same thing out of the motor, because, obviously I think just by rewatching, and I should have looked at it while I was there, but I'm sure it needs sleeves, at least 2.
I think it needs 2. And honestly, I mean, I don't know, 2 and then 30 maybe might get away with that. It's virgin. I mean, it's never been touched, but I mean, I don't know. Shit, it might go 50, but
you get the heating problems, though.
You don't want to ever go more than, 60's it for a Pontiac. You can go 80, but you don't want to go any more than 60, and probably 50 is better. But,
yeah, definitely ain't one you can just throw a stone hone in like brazen her out.
You probably could. I mean, I don't know. It'd probably run, and I'd probably give it a shot, because I have everything to do it, but the main caps were so bad in it. It needs a new set of main caps. Those aren't that much, but once you buy new main caps, then you got to get a line bore and hone and get the crank done. And it's, at that point, I'm looking at like a 462 stroker. If I got to replace it all anyway, I might as well buy the stroker kit.
Yep. Then you wouldn't make it into duct tape drags. They're like, you listen to that engine? Yeah, that ain't. End up sounding like what's his name? Like Austin's car pulling up to that damn Le Mans of his.
Yeah, somebody thinks you could go 90 over on a Pontiac? No. No, they got good cylinder walls, but no, you can't do that. I mean, maybe if it's a pure race engine and you filled it or something, maybe.
If you're doing quarter-mile runs at a time.
Right, yeah, no, you're not doing that on the street. You're doing 60 at the most, and you will have overheating problems.
Tony, I don't like that ambulance. It tried to kill me 3 times. It's pretty haunted, I think. That, and it don't like 3-ton jack stands. That's why I don't have Harbor Freight jack stands, because I'm scared to death to put them underneath that ambulance. No, that's cool. Hopefully something eventually. That will be an expensive build, no matter how cheap you can get it. The line bore is what.
That's going to be the expensive part, and it's got to be someone tooled up for Pontiac, and that's the problem in the Kansas City area. is the like 2 machine shops we have at this hellhole is, you know, there's no tooling for it, not for that kind of work. I mean, they could bore it, but then they don't have a plate. You know, it's just I need someone who knows what the hell they're doing and has the correct equipment to do it.
Right.
If it was just a typical rebuild engine, I mean, I could have that done here, but it just needs so much major work.
I
But
was
you know, I for the time being, I think just building the motor that's in the car is acceptable.
Ed. They were underwater and Texas dirt and you name it. They look like they got pits in them. They're pretty bad. You can
Yeah,
see it on the video.
yeah,
Ed's machine there. He's a machine shop that does engines down in Arkansas.
yeah, yeah. The caps. I mean, I have them still, but they like the bearing surface is just fine, but they're literally peeling away. Like the casting is delaminating away from the outside of the cap. So I mean, I just think they would need replaced for me to feel safe about it. But as far as the bearing surfaces go, they're totally fine.
I had I've been watching that Sick Week, and Tony Angelo has that Pontiac, that '74 Firebird he found.
Mm,
That it's a street freak like Blanche is. It's got that weird ass, like, I don't even know what, the gel coat
yeah,
paint, and he's got a Butler motor in that car, blown. And I am surprised as hell he finally got it into 11s. I was like,
yeah,
11s? That still, I think that thing should just be screaming 8s and 9s, you'd think. But
yeah,
I mean, I'm not a race guy anymore, but still, I'm thinking Pontiac, Butler Performance. You know, I don't, but he is running a man pedal in it. He's got a 4-speed in it, or a 4-speed or a 5-speed. I can't remember.
yeah. He knows how to drive it though. Ed, I'll get. Can you send me an email, Ed? pbgdalton@gmail.com. I definitely would like to talk to you about it. Um, uh, yeah, he knows how to drive that car. But what was that? It was like a 500 horse motor. I mean, it wasn't outlandish, you know. So
Yeah, it's up in there, but he finally got it worked out. He kept having these problems and everything, and he was losing the tips of his push rods, push
yeah,
tubes, you call them. They were just popping off. He couldn't keep a set of push tubes in it, push rods. It was crazy. But I've enjoyed watching that. I saw the Nivolac 75. I saw Andrew's wreck firsthand. I was watching it live, and he went flying over the wall, and I saw a ball of flames. I thought, oh my God, that guy. I hope the hell he survives, because that's one hell of a wreck. 550
at the wheels.
Yeah.
So I mean, 650 at the crank. I mean, I don't know. Probably should be in the tens. So I don't know. Maybe he's got some kind of traction issue or something. But I don't know. He is driving it on the street too.
Yeah.
So I mean, obviously for sick week, so they may not have the may not be running at peak performance, especially down there. I mean, humidity's pretty high, I imagine. So
Yeah.
I'm sure they could get it into the tens with the right situation. I'd like to know where he got that blower intake at.
Yeah, that's got to be hard to find. I wonder if he didn't have it machined, or if somebody. I have rarely ever seen one with a blower on it. You see them with a tunnel ram.
There's one company that makes a blower intake for a Pontiac, still, and they're about $1,200 for just the lower intake manifold. Otherwise, you're stuck finding an old Mickey Thompson unit or something like that. And those don't exist. So, that love to have one someday, but probably not going to happen. I've talked to Butler about doing the Goats engine, but they wanted the big bucks. And I said, I don't got the big bucks. So I haven't talked to them since I've grown, but I don't really care. So
Yeah. I was looking there at uh, LA Auto Works. You know that all the Steve Morris engines are out of the Dragon Drive that were in it are out. Every one of them is done. Even old Cletus McFarland put a vent hole in his block.
yeah.
And then you got guys out there like those Swedes, boy, they're just whipping. One guy's running a 451 or a 551. Or was it 5 or 6s? 651. My bad. My brain's fried. I drive for a living, so I see white and yellow lines. It's going like this.
Yeah.
I like that new thing that you're doing, that live with the crackheads. I run into them all the time.
So I totally stole that from I don't even know who, but there's I don't know, one of the no name guys I think was doing, I don't know if he's still doing it, but I liked it. He was, he would look through Marketplace. He would do them as videos, not live streams.
Right.
But he would look through Marketplace and just look for specific cars in 10-minute segments. I thought it was pretty good. He never got a ton of traction with it. I thought it was a really good idea. And so I 100% stole it from whoever that guy was. And I just go ahead and admit it. I don't know. It's a good idea, though, I think. So it's kind of fun. Something different than just talking, So I think I'll have Kevin on next week or the week after to do it with me, and that should be a good time.
That should be a good one. Yeah, he went back and he messaged me the other day. He's like, I just got done watching that video because I guess he's been so busy with that thing down south. And he come up and he goes, yeah, I just watched that thing with you and Dalton.
Oh,
that thing is hideous. I said, yeah. I said, Dalton told me he was getting it. I said, have you seen this truck? I said, I seen it when he bought it. He never did anything with it. He just wanted the
plow mount
blade, the plow.
Yeah.
And I said, the thing had walk-in cabs. He goes, yeah, I said, my jacket and that hat I was wearing, my bean thing, they're sitting over here and I can't get smell out of them, that fluid. That stuff was hideous. And it wasn't even the right stuff. It was actually gear lube.
It was 80-90 in that thing. Not
I didn't know that.
Weight. I didn't either. I'm glad to. Pretty thankful to whoever commented that. I was like, "Whoa, you're kidding me!" And I usually most of the commenters, you kind of wonder, but that one I was like, "Oh, I'll Google that," and sure enough, the guy was right. So I don't know really what difference it would have made long run, but
Yeah.
Now Kevin actually went and watched all of those videos on that truck. Which I thought was weird. I was getting Snapchats of him watching it. And I'm like, what are you doing? Like, don't you have something better to do? It was actually on Tuesday. It was Valentine's Day. I'm like, what are you doing watching my videos on Valentine's Day, Kevin? But I don't know. I guess he likes that old truck. So even though it's a rough pile of crap, but
yeah, I still haven't I got a guy that knows where that 74 is, but it's a 2-wheel drive. And he's pretty sure the driver's side door and bubble, the step side fender, are good on it. The rest of it's as rusty as yours.
I have a bet coming, basically.
Really?
Saturday morning, I went to go get exhaust put on the farm truck, the new farm truck, right? Swanee. And I go in there, get to talking to my exhaust guy, and he says he just bought a 78 step-side Chevy from this like eccentric millionaire old man. It's a chop top custom for the 70s. It's pretty ugly, but anyway, it came with 2 extra beds, whole step-side beds.
Oh man!
And he was like, you could just have one. I'm like, are you shitting me? He's like, yeah. just help me move all this stuff. So I'm getting 2 fenders for the new farm truck and a whole step side bed, the whole damn thing. It's totally rust free. It's a little banged up, but it's in pieces. But it's got all the pieces I need,
Wow.
and for free. I'm like, Jesus, I can't turn that down. I've been
No
hunting
way.
and hunting.
Well, hell, I'll just grab this step side for myself then.
There, you should. You should. Or that one in Texas I found on that live stream today. That was a good
Yeah.
deal too. $1,500 for that. I mean, that was a complete truck.
I'd like to go walk through that place that had the Rebel, the Javelin, all that. That would be.
Well, I thought that was in Illinois.
No, I don't think it. I don't think it was. Was it? There
I
was one in Illinois that you looked at. But
don't
yeah,
remember. That could be a good. I mean, he didn't have any prices, so who knows? But that could be a good deal.
yeah, I'd love to have a Rebel.
Oh, me too.
That and that with the one that you were looking at for you wanted to see if the louvers would fit off of that.
Yeah, a little Hornet.
I'd like
Yeah.
that Hornet.
Yeah. Well, the Hornet is kind of like the SX4. I mean, it's like
Mhm.
that same size anyway. My brother had a Hornet station wagon a long time ago, but that was a pretty cool car with a 304 in it.
Wow. I talked to Jared Davis a lot. I met him on Power Tour, Sally's Garage. He's got 2 of them things. The one that he milkshaked the engine. He had nitrous and all this crap on a
Yeah.
58.
Yes.
But then he's got a really nice one too. He's got one that's like it's twin.
Yeah.
But yeah, he just bought that unran, already built 73 Javelin. He went up north and got, and it's like completely tubbed out, 401 built. It's never been started.
Really?
Just built in the 80s.
Nice. See, he's an AMC guy then, I'm guessing. Okay.
He is because of that Hornet. I guess his dad likes them. But he went up. These people stored that car for him in Wisconsin, and he walked into this family has this great big shop, and it's full of nothing but AMC crap, like cars everywhere, parts all the way up the walls. They're all marked with the number and what they're off of, and I was like, oh my God, these people. But Wisconsin, AMC's huge up there. That's where they came from. So
yeah, Kenosha.
yeah. That's one thing I would like to do with the Javelin is once I get it done, and they're going that 6th summer. I think it's going into Wisconsin, and I would love to take that car to where the original plant was. That's where it was made.
Yeah, in Kenosha.
Yeah.
See, so me and Kevin had talked about making an Eagle run to Kenosha, but the Eagles were made there until like 80. Then they were built in Canada, Oshawa. So they built them in Canada after that. They still made the engines in Kenosha.
Right.
Yeah, so I that one was kind of out of it, but it'd still be cool to go up there to see that. Their headquarters building is still there.
Haircut.
Hi, Amber.
Yeah, she said I am.
Hi.
She said you need your haircut.
I need my haircut. Why? What's wrong with my hair?
Yeah.
Not used to seeing it that long. Usually got a hat on.
I got the mullet going on for snowmobile stuff. That's my. It's getting cut off as soon as I'm done.
Grow hair.
Yeah.
Need mine shaved.
Yeah. No, I'd like to. That would be neat to just because I'd love to do that with all of them. Like even the ambulance, the actual Bonneville part of the ambulance before it was stretched and all that was built in Michigan on where they do that drag race.
Woodward.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where? What plant?
I don't know. I have to look it back up. I got the VIN.
Probably Sterling Heights, but no, that'd be out of Pontiac. It'd be out of Pontiac.
Right.
Those plants are gone. Most of them are, I think. But
I have never been up there.
yeah, I know the area a little bit, but a lot of those Bonnevilles were made in Kansas City too.
Really.
Yeah. Yep.
We're trying to figure out where the exactly. I've got like a whole brochure. I was just looking at it yesterday of the order brochure for that car. I have one.
Yeah.
And it's got everything. And that's where I found out it's a combo. It's an ambulance hearse combo. And it's got the entire parts list from 1968 in it, like what number of the part, and shows the whole back half, the fiberglass, how it was made. And you can just buy that shell if you wanted this shell.
Oh, yeah.
Shell.
Okay.
Really weird. It needs a back window, but good luck. They only made 120 of them things.
Yeah. Plexiglass.
I thought about doing that NASCAR stuff where they can just cut it and it fits in.
Yeah. ABCD, hey, I see you there. You're getting a lot of spam, and look, every channel has those stupid telegram, carrier pigeon, whatever the hell they are.
Yep.
Just ignore it. I mean, you can report it as spam, and then they'll just make another account, and YouTube won't do a damn thing about it. I wish there was something I could do. I can delete them in mass, and then they just make more. So I've done it, but it sucks. YouTube has they just won't do anything about it.
Yeah, there. Do you drive, or no? You got a broken axle on that?
Yeah, I've got the axles for it. I just need time to do it. I think that probably get away from the square bodies for maybe a week or two and work on the Eagle a little bit, and then get back on the square bodies.
Drove to work in an open header Chevy.
Yeah, I drove that. I got exhaust on it now.
Yeah.
And it's dead silent. I put stock mufflers on it. It's
really
dead quiet. That's exactly how I want it. I love it. I had comments all over the place like, "Oh, lift it, put 38s on it, big headers." And no, it's a truck. I want it to be dead quiet. I want it to be stock height so I can put stuff in the bed easy, and low center of gravity, skinny, tall tire, cuts right through the snow, the mud, whatever. That's how they're built that way for a reason. It's because it works.
I like that truck. It's a truck.
It's a good truck.
That's how everybody's like. I had comments like, "Oh my God, what are you doing with that ranchero hauling that stuff?" It's a truck when you want it to be.
Yeah. And why do you think it has a bed? So it looks cool? No, it's a workhorse. It's kind of a light duty workhorse, right? But that's why they built it.
Yeah. Yeah, that thing, it cruised over to Terre Haute and back. It's about 73 miles there and back. So I went, 146, 180 miles. Didn't give me one problem. The big old truck motor, that 400 in that thing.
Yeah.
Got about 5 gallons to the mile, but
did I tell you I'm getting that Torino from Kevin?
Yeah, you said something about it.
Yeah. It's got 400 in it, too.
Really?
Yeah. So we'll see when that plays out. But
what year is that?
73.
So it'd be the same 400.
Yeah.
Because the 400 in Blanche came out of a 72.
Okay.
Pretty sure. Nor was it 74. Might have been a 74. I can't remember. But it's the older style heads. They don't have a water journal in them.
Oh.
That goes across the
intake.
Across the intake. I'll say it. Runs good. Thank God I took it apart because there was nothing left of the cam bearings in it.
Oh, look, Dalton getting all the free shit. No, Dalton paying good freaking money for stuff.
Yeah.
That's.
Yeah, I seen the load from LMC. That's not free.
No, I'll tell you. I mean, I'll tell you straight up. About half of it was sponsored, and about half of it cost me over $1,000 of stuff. I mean, there ain't no free stuff. I got the step side for free from Kevin. I mean, what a bargain that was, right? I mean, give me a break. That thing's scrap iron at best to anybody.
Yeah,
It's the only
I'm still getting crap out of my eyes.
Oh, that truck is so miserable to work. I can't wait to just start cutting it apart so that it just, at least it won't be there anymore.
Yeah. Dude, you are right. Nothing is free.
No. Now you pay for it one way or the other. You either sell your soul or or try not to sell your soul, but just kind of sell a little bit, if you can. But I can, dude. I can pull up my emails right now. I get so many sponsorship offers and stuff that I just turned down. Like I had a Hello Fresh thing, right? You see that all over YouTube.
Oh yeah,
the stupid meal kit things, and I just said no. They're like, "Well, we'll pay you," and I'm like, "I don't care. I don't want to put a commercial in my video. I don't need it at the moment. Maybe someday, but not right now."
Yeah, I seen where Josh and them are doing those now too.
Are they doing it?
Yeah.
Yes, he's got to read it. They're trying to sell it as a healthy lifestyle. I'm like, really? Me?
Yeah.
Like, come on. Like cheeseburgers and beer and cigarettes.
Break clean.
Yeah. Washing my hands off with
totally
oil.
Yeah.
You got the wrong guy.
Literally in my garage, there's the top of my refrigerator is nothing but whiskey. Hello Fresh. Isn't that the kitty litter?
I think I feed my cat that.
Yeah, all we do is we're meat eaters around here, like heavy meat eaters.
Yeah, usually red. Me
Yep.
too. Or bacon.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's bacon or red meat. I don't know. But
Amber's the best at that. She's got those. I buy her those big packs of that already cooked bacon. You just heat up. She wants something to flash. That's and the boys hamburger.
Oh yeah, that's snack food though. That ready to eat bacon.
Yeah.
You give me a box of that, it's gone. I mean, I'll eat it. And that's why I can't have it. I mean, that's a heart attack just waiting to happen. All the sodium.
Yep. Could have lose the shop.
I know it, man. I know it, but I'm trying not to. I mean, I'm 10 minutes into this video I got down here, but I ended up recording way too much stuff, and now I got to squeeze it down into a 50-minute package.
Yeah, that's what I learned. I videoed. I got like 9 hours or 10 hours of crap on that Ranchero and tried to get it down to where it's. And then my GoPro lost the cam brake in.
Yeah.
So, I mean, what's left? Okay, the motor's in, lost the cam brake in. So let's film me letting it idle.
Yep. This card here is this is the wrong one, but I have a 64 gig card here, which at 1080p is about 7 hours of footage, right? And I filled it up, and I never do that. I usually do like 4 hours of actual raw footage and then cut that down. It makes it a lot easier. And not this time.
Well, since I started using that camera, and I did use the GoPro for the driving stuff because that camera ain't real good with the shaking. But I even cut my GoPro 10 down to 1080. I even cut it down that way. It would, whenever I moved it over, it would still, I wouldn't have to change anything.
Yeah.
And it does okay. But since I started using that camera with those settings you gave me, that thing, I can record 5 10 different things, like different, I'm recording 3 different cars out here with one card, and I know where it's at. It's like it, and I've got that it came with it. When I bought the thing, it had a really good 64 in it.
Yeah. I like the SanDisk Extreme Pro. That's what this one is. And it's with 170 megabytes per second. You plug that thing in and it's like downloaded that fast. It's crazy how fast it is.
I
like
use
$30.
I got that, and I use those SanDisk, those little 2 terabyte things to move them, and that thing's fast as hell too. So I'll download everything on there, and I'll just go off of it, clean that disk, and it works fast. I
sprung for this guy an SSD.
Mm-hmm.
It was that guy was like $170 for it's a 2 terabyte, but it's so much faster than a disk drive. And I've got a 10 terabyte disk drive that I back everything up to. But
I got one of them.
But
it's Walmart special.
Yeah, same thing. Yeah, they're cheap, but storage is so cheap now.
But those are slow.
Yes.
Don't try to build anything off of that.
No.
It takes forever. Yeah. I've got my computer, actually the one that I'm on. I need to take it in. The dog stepped on the mouse. So if you don't have this thing going, it'll just start like going all over the place. And a better computer would do me well.
Yeah, Wolfpack here brings up something I was thinking of doing too on a different kind of live. Like editing a video live, doing something like that, like just showing how I do it. I mean, I think that might be useful to people. I mean, I use Filmora, and a lot of people don't use Filmora, but it's so easy. And I think just showing how I cut videos, I don't know, that might be helpful to some of these guys trying to get started. But
the last 3 that I've done, I kind of based off how you do it. Snap, 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 snap,
Jump cuts.
Not a lot of talking head at all. Little explanation, go.
Yeah.
And believe it or not, I went from making 45-minute things to 20-minute. Yeah. Just like that. And they actually get better views because
they're much better.
To give you an idea, my last video was 20 minutes. I put it out today. Average time duration watching 17 minutes.
Yeah, and that's really good. That brings me to something I was thinking of doing myself, is like my videos generally 40 to 50 minutes, maybe a little more. And I typically get about 27 minutes of average view duration. Now there's more people clicking on it and clicking off of it. So that kills it. But it makes me wonder if I shouldn't release twice a week and just cut the videos in half and release like on Monday and Friday, or something like that. I don't know how smart that is. So I personally would rather watch the 50-minute video, but
that's how I am.
Yeah. I would rather do that. That's what everybody else does. So, except for like Cletus, but he doesn't really put out build hardcore build videos,
Right.
So I don't know, but I don't know. Look, Kevin, Derek, I mean, they all do about an hour format, right? Once a week.
I think my problem is I can't wait to put it out. I was talking to someone today about it, and he said, no, it's fine what you're doing. He says, as long as it's watchable and not just throwing something out. Because I've put out 3 videos in the last week and a half.
Yeah.
And I got another one I should be editing right. I should be editing. I'm like you. I should be editing it right now because I've got a whole bunch of stuff to do. But I don't know. I'm trying to take that different approach to it. I'm not going to say I won't have some long videos, but I think if, like I said, flood the system with a whole bunch of short ones,
Yeah.
might hit that algorithm a little quicker. I don't know. The algorithm's like,
I don't know, man. I've tried to keep track of it, and it's worked sometimes, and it hasn't worked out. But and you can ask, yeah, people can have all the opinions they want on it, but you can ask anybody who's actually had real big time success on YouTube, and they have no clue, not a
Yeah.
freaking clue. They'll tell you, and I'll tell you that's from people I know that that there is no secret. There really isn't, other than just keep plugging along. So time lapse. I used to do that a lot, and I've gotten away from it. If you watch the channel, you probably have noticed. I mean, I might have one or two segments, and I always time lapse is under 30 seconds. Period. Never more than 30 seconds of time lapse because it has a stagnant frame, and you don't want your frame to just be the same thing. You need people's eyeballs moving. Their eyes need to be moving all over the screen. It doesn't even matter if you're really doing anything different, but their eyes need to be moving around. And so time lapse is good in moderation, severe moderation.
Yeah, I use it for driving, but then I'll break it up. Like I'll stop, like you see it, it'll slow down, and then like I'll do a little cleaning thing, kind of like you did. I watched how you did it, and I was like, well, that makes a hell of a lot more sense than me sitting there recording the whole friggin' thing, and then having to show that little bit and move on with your video.
I am important to post at the same time. Yeah, you want to be consistent, but it doesn't have to be. If you post on a Tuesday, right, you don't got to post the next Tuesday. I mean, you could post the next Wednesday and it'd be okay, but you just don't want to. You don't want to. I wouldn't go any more than 2 weeks between a video. Otherwise, you're going to fall off.
Yeah.
But the algorithm, you can find the basic ways that it works, and there's some good explanations on it on YouTube, and that'll give you an idea of what the hell to do. And if you're doing YouTube stuff, you've got access to analytics out the ass, and use them. I mean, that tells you everything you need to know. But it's just like a business and anything. I mean, at the end of the day, anything you do is an educated guess at best. So, yeah, it's not going to be perfect.
About the same as working on a car.
Yeah.
I think that'll work. That'll probably work.
You can be the best at whatever you're doing. And at the end of the day, it might be a 99% guess. It's still a guess. So,
well, I can give you an example of how even the big ones do some really stupid shit and don't catch it. There's a couple of videos ago, one of the big ones was recording putting an engine in his Monte Carlo, and he had a camera set up, probably his big one, and he recorded the whole thing, and it was completely blurred. The camera wasn't focused, and it would go from that blur to a GoPro on the cherry picker, and it was perfect. Blur back to there. I was like, yep, I'll bet he's right now looking at that going, God damn it. Like he didn't catch it. He was in a hurry. Because I've done that. I put something up and pulled it down and went, crap, I forgot about that. And then pulled it back down and then put it back up.
The dudes with wrenches, how do you do on the shorts, right? Because that's like your bread and butter, right? Is just shorts. So how does that pay? I mean, like money? Like I know they just recently changed how that all works. I would love to know, because I would love to know if I need to like do more shorts instead of just recording random stuff. Have you tried catching something on fire? Yep. Old YouTube, that would have worked well. New YouTube, they probably demonetize you.
Yeah. Speaking of demonetized, did you watch that video of Kevin at the 24-hour race?
Oh no.
That I when they get black flagged, he comes up there and Kevin's like, "Well, we're demonetized. We got to do some blurring." Oh, where did he go? He's probably typing.
Maybe.
See you, Ed.
I had.
I don't know where he went.
Hmm.
Anyway, yeah, I'd like to know that too, because hell, that's all I did to get my 500 was shorts.
Yeah, and they're really good for getting in subs. I just don't know. I mean, at the end of the day, making money on it is the goal, right? So that would be nice, but they are easier to make than a regular video.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
for sure.
I'd take my phone and go blah, 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 beat up an oil pan, 175,000 views.
Yeah.
That made it easy.
I have a video of me scraping garbage off the floor of my shop, and hey, send him a link.
I will, yeah.
But that my short of scraping the floor with a putty scraper has 250,000 views, and that's why YouTube Shorts are the dumbest thing I've ever seen. But
yeah, I can't believe it. How that still by far is my biggest thing, is me beating up an oil pan as a joke. And holy cow, I went up to like 1,200 subscribers like that for doing something stupid. And people believed it. Dogs are ugly, inbred family. Yeah, I do, but I'm not on my I do have Instagram. I think I'm on your, or at least I don't use a lot of the social media stuff very much. I don't know. I've been trying to stay off of it. No, I guess I wasn't. I am now. I thought I was. Yeah. Yeah, there we go. There he is. Hey, there's Big Scott. What do you know, Scotty?
Oh man, working on putting LS stuff back together, cleaning, painting parts, blah 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 blah, in the old garage.
Scott had his friends, neighbors raise hell about the truck that he's restoring.
Yeah,
like called cops, had to have a whole damn thing, and it's a really nice truck. He's just restoring it back. What year is it?
2004.
2004. Completely gutted. It looks great, brand new, everything. And these people raised hell and sent the cops after him.
Yep.
It was under a freaking tarp thing.
Got me a ticket.
You did get a ticket.
I did. I actually, we ended up getting it rescinded because I went, Byron called City Hall and talked to an inspector there and said, what the crap, dude? Like, it's not like this thing is just out in the front yard and everything that's on it's shiny. It's all brand new. It's got stainless steel lines on it and all brand new brakes and all this stuff. And it's like, it's not like we just have some random thing out in the yard and we're working on it, man. Like you said, you and I talked on the phone. It's like, I'm working on it, And he came out and we got it under that tent, pop-up tent thing. And like there's a flap you can close on the front. He said, well, as long as nobody else complains, I'm fine. So he rescinded the ticket. So still full of crap, but whatever.
Yeah. It is what it is. I don't get that trouble no more. The cops just show up here and go, "Oh wow, is that a?" And I go, "Yeah,
Yeah.
it is. Go ahead, look through it. Have a seat." Where did who's gonna pop in? I'll put up a link also for dudes to come on in.
Freshly
Sent them the link in Instagram.
cleaned LS coils. Woo.
Oh, fancy.
Yeah. I mean, I had to that this was all black, so it took me a bit of scrubbing to get that back to having an actual, heat sink happening. And then here's the my garage is a total mess. There's the wiring still.
Clean. What are you talking about?
There's the bracketry, so it's all repainted and shiny and stuff. So, and I got to clean this up. That's the intake. So, getting there. Trying to find a good product that works on the plastic. Here's the cover. I don't like this gray. I hate this dull charcoal gray that Chevy put on everything on those trucks. So I'm probably going to try to figure out a way to paint this and make it look different.
Plastic coat.
Yeah, I mean it's just dumb. It's like the bottom valance on my bumper is gray. There ain't anything else on the outside of the truck that's gray, and then the bottom valance is gray. And I'm like, why? And if you go to order a replacement one, all of them are gray.
Yeah.
Unless you get like some cheap Chinesium one, then it's black. So I'm like, well, I guess I'm ordering the Chinesium. So there you go. But I don't know.
I think I'd go to plastic coat or something like that. I mean, that'd probably work on that plastic ABS or SEM makes some plastic paints. They work fairly well. I don't know about engine heat though. That'd be the toughie.
Yeah, that's kind of the thing I've been running into with other things too, as well as like, I ended up buying a painless kit to redo all the wiring, sleeves and sheathing and all that stuff. So that ought to be a little better and a little more nice looking than the crappy, plastic tubing OEM stuff. So, but the next order of business is trying to up the power on it a little bit. Right now, it's just so I'm doing it in 2 steps. Some people have heard me talk about this, but step 1 is I call it the Papaw truck because I bought it from a Papaw. But anyway, so step 1 is make the Papaw truck less bad. Step 2 is Step 2 is make the Papaw truck have a bit more performance, maybe get a paint job, make it look nice. But so it's going to look identical on the outside that it did before. It'll just be when you open the hood, everything in there is all new.
Yeah.
The paint job is going to cost more than I've spent fixing up everything else.
No doubt.
So, but it'll get there. I upped power a little bit on it already, but I've got a buddy coming down hopefully in March, and we're going to try to do some try to recam it, put another cam in there, put different springs, lifters, stuff like that, and see if we can get power up a little bit higher. I got to do a little bit of research and figure out if I put a double roller in there, do I have to get a different timing cover and all that kind of stuff. But I don't know. I'll figure it out.
Yeah.
So, dudes, you made it.
Oh, I'm here.
But are you?
But am I? I don't have I do have my camera set up, but I am not camera ready right now.
With that picture, I bet you have a hell of a time getting through airport security.
Well, I have been told I look like a sheik. I don't know if that's a compliment or.
I mean, I can get naked too if it makes you more comfortable.
Mike to join me. I don't know.
So, to the point of the question, what do you want to know about shorts? I'm pretty much open to any questions or concerns on the idea.
I mean, you're pretty successful with the shorts. So, what are you making on it? Or is it profitable?
So that lies its own weird. You don't know nothing about YouTube until you know nothing about YouTube answer. So it does come down to I was receiving short bonuses since probably last August.
Me too.
where a lot of people were like, I'm not getting any kind of shorts bonus, and they were, doing pretty well for themselves. But the highest shorts bonuses I ever ran into, they were giving me about $550 a month.
Okay.
So it wasn't like, oh my God, that's for 10 million views in a month. So
Yeah,
that's
a
really
lot.
not.
But you're doing exceptionally well. But they increased that the first week of February, right? So
Well, if you look at the current numbers they're kicking back to me that aren't short bonus numbers, I'm looking to make a lot less off their new payment plan than what I was making off the bonuses.
oh well,
Hmm.
that sucks.
Yeah.
Why?
Well, that's kind of my thing is like, well, this was working better when it was just even less vague and ununderstandable.
Because that's my problem. Like we all got that right in the partner program. The when they released that, they gave me everything to read, and I read it, and I was like,
Oh yeah.
this makes no sense to me. I don't know what this means.
Oh, the shorts one, I mean, they gave no information about how you received a bonus. And then they actually gave the information on how you get paid for shorts now. And it is like, I don't know if they paid somebody in the CIA to make that as most confusing as possible so that you'd sit there and go, what? I really need somebody to break this down again.
Yes, I know. I mean, and that's honestly why I wanted to ask you. I actually don't know anybody who's super successful in specifically shorts like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I mean, here's the caveat to anyone that says, let's go do shorts. And I'm going to be real, I guess, brash about this subject, but it will ruin your long format. It doesn't matter who says otherwise. When you get, well, right now we're about ready to turn over 111,000 subscribers. When you have a majority of shorts viewing subscribers, there's nothing wrong with those people. They're great people to have, but they only want to watch short video. So if you say, hey, come watch my 15-minute this, they're going to watch 3 minutes of it. And they're going to be like, that's pretty long for me, the guy that watched 60 seconds. So it's always going to drive your long format videos into the dirt.
And it's going to kill them in the algorithm. Yeah.
Yes. So you're always working against, like, how do I succeed a long format? You don't. I mean, really,
need 2 channels.
Exactly. And they always tell you, oh, don't do that. It's 2 different groups that you're trying to get subscribed to you. And at the same time, I'm not saying you can't grow in the long format. It just becomes a lot harder if you've taken off in shorts, like for my instance, compared to like you who have done a lot better in the longer format. So somebody that has done better in the long format and is doing well in the long format, I would not say devote a lot of your time to shorts. It's a good way to get some subscribers, definitely if you're starting out. But understand, if you take off and fly in the shorts algorithm, it's not going to do good things for you in the long format, which in turn is not going to do good things for you if you're looking to try to get paid by YouTube, which, yeah, it's a lofty goal in itself.
Especially, what is it, 10 million views within a
90
year?
days. It's 90 days. It's a rotating 90 days. And I'll tell you right now, even a person that gets a lot of shorts every day, I put out a video every day, constant. It takes me anywhere from an hour to 2 hours to edit a 30-second short. And that's write it, read it, put up all the content, go out and film more stuff. It is super time consuming, more so than you think, to be consistent. I mean, yeah, you're going to have those shorts that just hit and get 300,000 views just randomly, but to keep a consistent format and keep moving forward with it, it only works. Put the work in. Yeah, and it only works if you can consistently put out videos. I mean, I know guys that are dropping 5 videos a day right now to be relevant in the shorts community. And it's like, I couldn't do that. There's no way I could drop 5 videos a day.
But how old are you guys? Dalton, how old are you?
29.
What now?
29.
29. And then dudes with wrenches, I actually don't know your first name. I'm sorry.
My name is James.
James, I'm Scott. Nice to meet you. So I'm old. And so I think Jay, you and I are the same age, roughly, right?
Well, yeah.
Yeah. And then Mongrels, what's your first name again? Sorry.
It's Brent.
Brent. So how old are you, Brent?
Well, I'm gonna go with Dalton's answer. I'm 29.
Right.
I'm knocking on 50 though.
The only reason I'm bringing this up is because if you don't know, my day job is I'm a teacher.
Oh.
And I teach college level now, but I used to teach high school. And these kids that are coming up now, all these kids, I know that sounds cliche, but seriously, like the shorts thing, I mean, it's going to have to be shorter. I'm gonna be honest. I mean, they have the attention. They have a 5-second attention span, maybe.
And I've actually seen that just in my format. There is a perfect sweet spot between 36 seconds and 40 seconds that will be guaranteed to watch a lot more percentage. But I can't even get the little point I'm trying to make in that short into anything less than about 56 seconds. So when I start doing the 30 seconds, there's other people that are just like, well, that was a really dumb short. That taught me nothing. And it's like, what am I supposed to do in 30 seconds?
I mean, content wise, what we're doing, we're probably looking at people that are a little older anyway, for the most part. But I'm just telling you, like the educational research and stuff that's out there is warning us as teachers, telling us like I've had to change the way that I teach classes. I have to talk for a few minutes and then take a break and do something else and then talk for a few minutes and then take a break. I can't just go straight through a lecture, or that people zone out. They don't remember anything. So it has to be just blip, 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 blip.
Well,
like
I actually read a pretty important study that actually said, they did a huge study and they said, okay, we need you to learn this information via the internet, like we all do. Yeah. And they came out and said, people were asked to learn this specific subject, search it, find it, learn it, memorize it, and then repeat it back. And then they were asked again after like 2 weeks. They couldn't remember what they actually learned about the subject that was given to them, but they could all remember what they searched to find it.
Interesting.
Yeah, and it's one of those things of just like the internet's really hurting us mentally.
Well, not to mention you got AI now that can do all the work for you.
Oh, we won't even go there. That's just
oh yeah.
I don't need Commander Data. Okay, hanging out with me. All right.
Well, and I've actually proven that wrong because my buddy
Brent Spiner, right? Yeah, that was a question like last week, wasn't it, Brent?
Yeah. Well, I know a lot of people that are using it, and it'll spit out a full essay for you. You say, hey, here's the topic. It spits out the whole essay. It writes it. It does everything, and you can submit it in, and you not know that it was the AI that wrote it. And
but here's a perfect disadvantage of that, and
there's
I proved
something
it.
Worse. Chat GPT will fill out your job application for you. Chat GPT will generate outlines, and as a teacher, it'll generate lesson plans. It'll generate syllabi, like your syllabus for the class. It'll generate an entire curriculum. It'll write lyrics to songs based on other artists. And now they have another AI that they're working on that you have, if you have something written up, you upload it to this, and it's a avatar that looks real, that you can barely tell from a real person, that will sit there and say the words and their mouth moves and they have hand gestures and everything.
Well, I'm gonna get one that'll do the editing for me. So
yeah, we need that. We need that.
My editing software, if you drop all the video in, it'll actually edit it all for you into this short little picture screen video, but they always suck.
Yeah, mine does too, and it's terrible.
It's terrible. It's just like, well, that would be easy if it worked.
So, Filmora has a lot of AI tools in it, and I do use AI for my audio. It helps level audio out. It's pretty good about it. You just got to watch it if you have any like hard spikes. But I don't know. It's even those like Chat GPT. You can tell. I mean, when it's not written by a person, you can tell. I can tell.
we actually got together as the whole faculty, and they showed us job applications that Chat GPT filled out, and we could not tell the difference between a regular job application and a Chat GPT application, and with the implications being, how do we know we're actually hiring a experienced teacher?
Yeah.
Well, I think that's a problem though in all career fields. I mean, you can pay somebody to write a resume for you.
Yes. Exactly.
I paid a guy in college to write papers for me every now and again. So and subjects that I just hated, I was like, hey, I'll buy you a steak dinner if you'll.
I mean, I've been in my career for 13 years, and there's a lot of things that I knew before I came into it. and I've come up for promotions and things like that, and it comes into conversation occasionally, like, well, how do you know that? Like, it's on my resume, and people are just like, I never knew that. I've been here 13 years. That stuff's. I gave you a 3-page resume with all my qualifications, and nobody knows what those are.
Right.
Yeah, I've got about 20 years on mine. But
Joke's on you guys. I can't even read.
You do pretty good, Dalton. I gotta say though, when you made me really nervous when I was watching you take that truck for gas.
Oh,
I'm
God.
watching your I'm watching your son's feet dangle over the open hole.
Just
Oh,
like my
that-
daddy did.
The part that we didn't get, he didn't record was, let's jack up the truck. That's brilliant. We'll jack up the truck so we can fit underneath it. The part he didn't catch was after he jacked up the front. We're both up front. Yep, looks good. Looks like lemmings looking at the wall, thinking, yeah, let's just all jump. And we look in the back, and the damn jack stands are sitting like that. They're leaning forward. Oh, hey.
Been there, done that.
Yep.
Yep.
Well, one other thing I'd like to point out, going back to dudes though, is he actually does have long form content, and it's really
I do.
good.
Yeah.
Nobody watches it.
You got the Fire Hazard Fairlane, you got the Volvo build on there, you've got all sorts of stuff. Not to mention some of the other vehicles, and it's really good content. So,
And that is why I wanted to talk to you specifically, is because I knew you were, of course, but because I knew your shorts were successful, but I'd also clicked on your channel, saw your long form videos, watched one of them, and it was decent. It was a good video, right? Well edited, well put together, good quality, and had very few views compared to your sub count. And I was like, that why? I just didn't quite understand it.
And here's the craziest part about that. Community posts are your friend, if we have not all figured that out at this point.
Of course.
I literally just put up another community post right before I jumped on here, but I get a lot of subscribers through community posts. It averages anywhere from 150 to 200 a month just in community posts.
I get nothing.
Yeah.
wow.
So, I do very well in that front. And I can refarm an old long format content video and just be like, hey, go check this out, everybody. It's been up for a while, blah, blah, blah. And I'll see a spike of 1,000 views on any video I throw up there. But then that's it. It just kind of goes 1,000 views, all comes from the community post. And then YouTube just goes, yeah, we don't care.
Yeah. The algorithm doesn't care at all. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's so weird because I'll have videos that have been out for, 2 months, and they'll double in views all of a sudden. And I don't even know why. Like, typically, if you want to hop on the algorithm and get hot with any content, but especially the longer format videos, they need to be getting a lot of views within the first 2 days or so. If on a short, I think maybe, I don't know, 72, 96 hours, maybe. You get a little more time.
That's the weird. I'm seeing a trend that I'd like to track for the entire year, because I've only been doing anything well since July of last year. So, July of last year, I was at 600 subs.
Uh-huh.
So it hasn't even been a year since the shorts really took off. And I can actually see a spike that goes up, drops, and then goes up and drops. And it's consistently running about the same number of days before it spikes again. I can throw in a video every day to keep the ball rolling. And then when the spike starts happening, videos that only got 30,000 views during their regular run, I can throw in the same video and get 300,000 views during the spike.
I've noticed the same thing in my long form content. Pretty much anytime I put out a video, of course it spikes, right?
Yep.
But if I look at it over the last year, it's like a wave, and it's like there's a peak and a valley of that wave. And like this last video I just put out, it's not doing bad, but it's got 53,000 views or something, and it's like number 5 out of 10 of my last 10 videos. Same truck, same content. It is doing okay, but it's not getting the impressions that the videos before it got. Well, I think if I would have held on to it, maybe for a week.
And that's always the biggest gamble I've found. I just want to find a consistent pattern, and then I'll know when to really push and not push video. And if it can stay consistent, that's all I can ask for, because I think at the end of the day, it doesn't matter how much you know about the algorithm. None of us really know anything about it.
Yeah.
There's going to
Yeah.
be a peak that you're going to be able to ride, and then there's going to be a drop. Nobody gets to ride the peak unless they're in that 2%. You know, those 2% top guys, their stuff's always going to get watched because they have enough people watching it. It doesn't matter. The YouTube doesn't control them. The viewers control them at that point.
Yes.
So at a certain point, you got to get enough subscribers that are loyal subscribers to be able to control your own view input and output. So if you're just riding on the algorithm, you're going to ride that wave, and there's going to be no consistency, and it's going to get very disheartening because you're going to run the issue of, well, I did this video and it did great, and I did a very similar video and it did nothing. What am I doing wrong? You're doing nothing wrong. The algorithm holds all the cards. They control how it all works, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Yep. And you'll see that with a lot of channels. If you dig around, and I'm not talking about the big ones we all know, but there are some. I don't want to call anybody out, but you know, like they'll have a video that has 1.5 million views, like a ton of views, and then their other videos will have 20,000. Like, how is that even possible, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And in my situation, I couldn't even explain to you on any level why there's 111,000 people willing to watch or subscribe. Because at the end of the day, I know channels that are getting twice the views, twice the everything, and they're sitting at 30,000 subscribers. So what am I doing different? Can't tell you. Don't know. It's a mixture of things. Yeah.
I found it to be consistently inconsistent. And I've had videos that they were dead for 2 years. It's one of the first videos there, and then all of a sudden it takes off. And it's just, I don't know. And like, I'm nowhere near the sub counts of any of you, but it just, like you said, Dalton, it's a weird, you never know when it's going to go.
Well, and you know what else is bizarre that I've noticed? So I picked up that step side square body from Junkyard Dicks, right? And his video
I don't know what you're talking about. No.
Yeah. It like his
what
video.
Kind of Ford?
God. His video did fairly well, you know. Not great, but it did okay. Well, my video after that did really well, at 250,000 views or something like that. But every other piece of square body content on my channel doubled. And that was not from the new subscribers from Kevin's channel. Some of it was, but just that little influx caused those videos to get hot on the algorithm. Their impressions went through the roof for about a week. And, you know, but it was only the square body trucks. So that's got to be a tag that YouTube is looking at, right?
It is heavily.
So,
that I can tell you that right up front with shorts on labeling things with square body Chevy and how much better they will do.
Yeah, I've noticed. Yeah, that's why I bought another one. And
I actually call that part of the special sauce. When the numbers start dipping out real bad, I just sprinkle in OBS Chevy, square body Chevy.
And it's like a Kia, but you know what?
The secret? Okay, I'm going to use that.
Well, I noticed, like I seen your first video on that square body when you brought it home, 250,000 views. Like, holy shit, that thing's going to blow up. And here I am on the very next one. You put my picture on it, 85,000 tops out. I'm like, oh no, I ruined this channel. It's ruined. And your next ones are all about that same amount. I'm like,
yeah,
boy, that first one just hit right at the right moment. You know,
well, I put it out 2 days after Kevin's, and so I think there was a spike there, something with that tag, and you know, it's just too much of a coincidence. Too much to be a coincidence.
Well, there's something about that truck too. I don't know what it is, but that's a fascinating truck. Maybe it's because it's so rotten.
It's because it's so bad. Yeah, it's
like
bad. The Holy Goat.
It's like the Holy Goat. Yeah.
The camera does not do the justice that truck deserves. It's
well, if it is truly like the Holy Goat, then yes, I believe you completely, Irish, because I had seen that in video, but when I seen it in person, it's like, whoa. It's like, wow, this really is.
Wait till you see the van.
Yeah.
I seen the van in person. I had more. I couldn't get over that. Every time I walked by it, it's like, this thing.
He's got PTSD now.
Well,
hey, I gotta go. I gotta go to bed.
Yeah, I'm getting where I'm going to have to go too. I don't even know what I'm doing tomorrow yet.
So, yep.
But it's really good talking to you guys, though.
Yeah. Thanks both of you coming in, dudes.
Yeah, and if anybody ever wants to chat with me about it, hit me up on Instagram, whatever. I'm more than willing to talk to anybody who wants to.
I will hit you up, dudes, because I don't know. I think we ought to do a live just discussing that kind of stuff together. That might be kind of
That'd be
interesting.
great live.
It is.
Two different perspectives of YouTube
I
might be
I don't
valuable.
regularly do lives. I'm not really sure how to do that kind of stuff. Oh wait,
Oh.
He,
All right,
he
guys.
can be on a live. He's on one right now. Come on.
Oh,
yeah.
You can do it.
dang it!
You can do it.
Don't put it up. Just have someone else control it all.
I'll probably shut her down.
All right, Irish.
Dudes, appreciate you coming on for a while.
Yep.
Scotty, I signed up for Power Tour yesterday.
Cool.
Nice.
Working on getting all my hotels and crap because
that's
my premiere.
they're already like books. They're booked to death already, man. Like it's crazy.
I found every single hotel within 4 miles.
Well,
They're
shoot me a
still there.
list, dude. What the heck?
Yeah, I'm gonna finish it up tomorrow, and hopefully I'll have it done. But unfortunately, we ain't going anywhere near that AMC dealership out there in North Carolina. I was
Well,
hoping
you know, Chris from Busted Radio is going to be cruising with us supposedly, and then we're also going to have David and Jessica from Sweating Automotive,
cool,
and a couple other people. So you're more than welcome to tag along with us too, of course.
I'll
we'll try to
probably
caravan it, you know.
be tagging with a few different folks. I know me and Austin will probably run together a lot of the time.
Yeah.
And maybe I might be up in one of the, I ain't for sure yet, but I hope I am. That'd be kind of neat. Then I don't have to walk so damn far this time.
I'll tell you one thing, between Papaw Truck and Big Vern, there'll be enough dadgum tools and parts and crap that probably fix just about anything.
Big Vern is probably the biggest damn truck I've ever seen. And it's my Power Stroke's bigger, but that thing just looks monstrous.
It's so unnecessarily long because it's an OBS, so it's a little bit squattier than like the more modern trucks. But because it's squattier, it just makes its 24-foot length look that much more ridiculous.
It looks like my ambulance can literally fit in the bed.
Yeah,
it's huge.
I always joke with Byron when he's like backing it in the driveway that like that opening scene from Spaceballs is playing. You know, like it's going overhead and it's like bad. By the way, I'm scrubbing this intake with a toilet brush, just so you know.
Nice.
I did buy a new one. It gets getting all the nooks and crannies. You know,
hey, it cleans the toilet.
It cleans the toilet, so it cleans an intake.
I had my last part actually.
That's a
Before
great
I go, my last part came in for Javi.
Oh, nice.
Javi.
But yeah, man. I mean, oh, cool. But yeah, seriously, Jay, shoot me a list of what hotels you found, because I've been looking and it's like murderously ridiculous. And I'm like, what is happening?
Yeah, I had some points from all my travels.
Yeah,
and I
do
used
too.
it with this certain, I got to look it up. I don't even remember the name of it, and they're all 114, 120 bucks a night, but they're right there.
Yeah.
So it's kind of awesome, really.
Well, seriously, send that to me, because I got to get that crap booked. And I know Byron's freaking out too, because he's taking his new wife with him. And so he wants to make sure he gets that shit worked out. So
his new wife. All right.
I'll have to take video of them, because I videoed right after he proposed to her right there on Power Tour.
Yeah.
And I walked up on them. They were standing by the square body, Derek's square body, that Cat Farm Crew Cab or whatever.
Yep.
I walked up on them, and I never videoed, because I don't do that. I'm not going to walk up to all these big YouTubers and like video their, because I was with Kevin the whole time and I never took a picture with him, you know. And so I had the camera, I had my GoPro in my hand and a beer, and I went walking up and they're like, "Hey," Scott says, "Yeah, he just proposed to her," and I popped the camera up. I said, "Oh, really?" The ring and everything.
Nice.
But yeah, but no, I'll get you that list if I can get through them all, and because I got to do it. We're only taking, it's just going to be me, Amber, and Zeppy this year. Aiden don't want to go.
Okay.
But
if I can get Papaw all put back together before then, I'll be in that. I already bought my ticket, so it's going to be Papaw, or I guess I'll be cruising in Meep, which will be ridiculous. But whatever.
Just take the CRV or whatever the hell that thing is.
Yeah, I'll take the muffler off, so it just sounds like a fart going down the road. So
the backup or whatever the hell they call it. Plan B.
I think we could fit Meep in Vern's bed. Pretty sure.
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably, but
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna get off here. I got
All right.
All right,
Thanks,
Irish.
y'all.
You guys
Hey.
all take care.
Looking forward to
Have a
seeing
good night.
Jabby get done, and let me know
Yeah.
next time you're honing in cylinders because that was dang funny.
Talk to you later. Y'all take it
I
easy.
was
Good night, everyone.
that whole thing was. I don't even know why I did that. I just caught when I'm laughing about the whole honing thing. I really caught myself.
Oh,
I
the
looked
look on your
across.
face was priceless, man. That was great. But
I thought about just bleeping that whole thing. Beep, 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 beep. But I better get out of here,
yeah,
man.
have a good night, man. And everyone
You
in
guys all
chat,
take
thanks
care.
for joining us. Have
Yeah.
a great night.
You too.